By 1958, GMC had a problem they couldn't advertise their way out of. For decades, gasoline had ruled American commercial trucking, but something was shifting on the loading docks and freight yards of America. Detroit diesel was getting louder. Cummins was getting more reliable. GMC watched their most important customers begin to drift. So they did something that only makes sense if you understand how badly they needed to hold that customer base. They decided to bury it with the largest gasoline engine a major American automaker would put into production since World War II. Before I tell you what they built, drop a comment and tell me, do you think it worked? Because the answer is going to surprise you either way. And that is where the Twin Six was born, not from ambition, but from desperation dressed up in cast iron. We are talking about the GMC Twin Six, a 702 cubic inch, 11.5-liter V12 gasoline engine that GMC installed in heavy-duty trucks during the early 1960s. Not in a Cadillac, not in a race car, not in some concept vehicle that never left a design studio. In a working truck. A truck that hauled cargo, fought fires, and pumped irrigation water on American farms. And the specifications on this thing are so extreme that reading them out loud almost feels like making them up. Let's start with the weight. The GMC Twin Six weighed 1,500 pounds and measured 4.2 feet in length, making it heavier and nearly as long as the first-generation Smart 42 microcar. That is not an engine. That is a geological event. For context, a fully dressed modern LSV-8 weighs somewhere around 460 pounds. This thing weighed more than 3 of them stacked together. Now here's where the story gets genuinely fascinating, because the Twin Six was not just a case of GM throwing metal at a problem. It was a calculated, strategic engineering decision, and it started with a threat. By the late 1950s, diesel engines were quietly eating GMC's lunch. Diesel-powered medium and heavy-duty vehicles had begun proving themselves to be more reliable and more powerful than gasoline-powered alternatives. Fleet operators were noticing. The numbers were tilting, and GMC, which had built its commercial truck identity around gasoline engines, needed an answer. Their answer was not to build a diesel. Their answer was to build a gasoline engine so massive, so torque-rich, so fundamentally overbuilt that it could go toe-to-toe with a diesel and win on the terms that gasoline buyers already understood. The engine they had in their arsenal was the GMC V6, a 60-degree family of heavy-duty truck engines that GMC had introduced in 1960, available in displacements from 305 to 478 cubic inches. These were already serious pieces of hardware: stout 6-throw crankshafts, push rods, a single camshaft, built for long commercial life. GMC developed a diesel engine family based on its new V6, but buyers did not flock to them. So for the customers who refused to make the switch, GMC needed something bigger. The logic that followed was almost too simple. Take the 351 cubic inch V6 and do it again. 2 of them, end to end. Make a V12. A common misconception is that the 702 was simply 2 351 engines bolted together, but it was not. The Twin Six made use of a unique single-piece block and a one-piece crankshaft. The forged crank was one piece, 4 feet long, and approximately 180 to 190 pounds depending on configuration. It spun in 7 main bearings, with 4-bolt main bearing caps, strengthened saddles, and supportive webbing cast into the block. The Twin Six's camshaft was also 4 feet long. The wrist pins for the pistons measured more than 1 inch in diameter. The oil sump held 4 gallons of oil, with a high-volume oil pump circulating 17 gallons per minute. The water pump could push 118 gallons per minute to keep the engine at operating temperature. There were 56 head bolts holding this thing together. The compression ratio was a conservative 7.5 to 1. Designed not for performance, but for longevity under constant load. And the numbers this engine made reflected that philosophy perfectly. The Twin Six produced 275 horsepower at 2,400 revolutions per minute. For 11.5 liters, that sounds almost embarrassing. A modern Honda Civic makes more power than that from 1.5 liters. But power was never the point. The engine produced 630 pound-feet of torque at just above idling speed, at around 1,600 revolutions per minute. That is the number that mattered. That is the number that made a 40,000-pound truck move. That is the number that made a diesel operator raise an eyebrow. Now here is the angle that most people completely miss when they talk about this engine. The Twin Six was not just a truck engine. It was a market defense strategy wrapped in cast iron. GMC was not trying to build the most powerful engine in the world. They were trying to keep gasoline-loyal fleet operators from defecting to diesel by offering them something they could actually understand, service without retraining their mechanics, and trust based on the reputation GMC had already built with the V6 platform. Nearly 60 major parts were interchangeable between the Twin Six and the V6 engines. That was intentional. If your fleet already had V6-powered GMC trucks, adopting the Twin Six did not require an entirely new parts inventory or a new service protocol. It was a continuity play dressed up as an engineering marvel. If you're watching this and you work on trucks, or you have ever thought about what it would take to keep a fleet running in 1962, you know exactly why that mattered. Hit the subscribe button right now because we tell the business story behind these machines, not just the specs. The Twin Six found its most loyal customers not on the highway, but in fire stations. GMC boasted in advertisements that the Twin Six could move 1,500 gallons of water a minute with unmatched affordability. For fire departments running high-pressure pumping apparatus, that was not a marketing claim. That was a buying decision. And beyond fire trucks, farmers were jerry-rigging them into irrigation pumps, running this enormous V12 off a truck chassis and using it to move water across fields. An 11.5-liter V12 as a farm appliance. That is an American story that almost no one tells. But here's the hard truth about the Twin Six. For all its engineering ambition, the engine could not stop the rise of diesel. The weight alone was a packaging problem. At 1,500 pounds, the engine was heavier than many compact or mid-size cars. It got somewhere around 3 miles per gallon. And while gasoline was cheap in 1960, the national average gas price between 1960 and 1962 was only 31 cents per gallon. The operating economics still did not hold up against a well-tuned diesel over the long haul. Detroit Diesel, Cummins, and Caterpillar were not going to stop improving just because GMC built something enormous. They kept pushing. And the gasoline V12, for all its torque and all its engineering pride, was fighting a tide it could not reverse. GMC produced only about 5,000 Twin Six engines between the early 1960s and 1965. 5 years. 5,000 units. And then it was gone. In 1967, the big V12 was replaced by a V8 gas engine of 637 cubic inches that offered more reasonable cost and packaging. The Twin Six became a footnote, a relic of a very specific moment in American commercial trucking history, the last gasp of a gasoline industry that refused to believe the future was diesel, expressed in the most extreme terms possible. What remains today are survivors, scattered, rare, mostly found in restoration shops, barn finds, and the hands of collectors who understand what they are looking at. Some custom car builders see the Twin Six as a less common alternative to the General Motors LS family or to Ford Coyote V8 engines. Notable Twin Six projects include the Blastoline B702, Pat McNeil's mid-engine 1942 GMC COE Rat Rod, and Robert Wonderland's stretched 1964 GMC pickup. Engine builders have pushed these well beyond stock output, with some naturally aspirated builds reported above 400 horsepower, and forced induction builds reportedly capable of over 1,200 pound-feet of torque. That last number deserves a moment of silence. 1,200 pound-feet of torque from a gasoline engine, built in 1960 by a truck company from Flint, Michigan. The GMC Twin Six is not a story about an engine that failed. It is a story about an industry at a crossroads, and the engineers who chose the most audacious road possible. It is a story about what happens when a company decides that the answer to a technical problem is not compromise, it is scale. It is a reminder that before the era of emission standards, horsepower wars, and turbocharged everything, there was a moment when an American company looked at the heaviest work in the world and decided to build an engine big enough to handle all of it. If this engine deserves more attention than it gets, share this video with someone who thinks they know everything about American truck history. And tell me in the comments, what other forgotten GMC engines do you want us to uncover next? Stay curious. I will see you in the next video.